play and we know and do our job. So that's my primary goal. If we can have 11 guys out there that know exactly what they're doing, all right, then we can live with the consequence, right? So that's what I'm doing right now, is making everybody accountable. We're playing physical, fast, and know exactly what we're doing. That's what we're trying to get done. But no, there's not a lot of new defense.
Was knowing exactly what you're doing, was that an issue in those last two games in state and Iowa?
Well, anytime that you see plays that aren't very well executed, that's really the problem, right? Is that people aren't in the proper gaps. Their eyes aren't doing what they're supposed to. They don't, some of the guys at times don't even know what the call is, believe it or not. I mean, it's so all this stuff we've got to play at a level that we're capable of. And so I'm trying to get 100% out of all of them that way. And really they're non-physical things. So think about how hard you play. That doesn't take talent. Knowing what you're doing, that doesn't take talent. All right? Now the physicality of the game, a little bit of that does, but a lot of it's heart too, and you got to bring it. So a lot of the things that we're stressing really aren't about talent. All right, and I think if they can do those three things, they're going to play better. And if they do those three things, they're going to have fun playing together. And that's the fourth part of what we talk about, is that you're accountable to each other on how we play, what we do, how physical we are, knowing and doing your job, all those things. So that's what we're really stressing with them right now, along with technically getting better.
Who is helping you out coaching the defensive line, and how is that?
Oh, we have an army. So, well, Coach Rule. So, guys, I've worked with Coach Rule a long time. So I told him he's got to put his hat on backwards and get out here and start coaching the D-line again. So him and Simpson have taken the tackles. Okay, I've recruited X coaching the ends. All right, along with Ira Lewis, our quality control guy. And now we've had some new guys come in. But they can't do anything yet. But really, that's what we're doing. So we've got them split up, and we're really detailing what we're doing. And it's fun to see Coach Rule coaching again. And if I was the D coordinator here, he'd be coaching every day, the D-line. That's wherever I've been with him. He coached the individual with the D-line in some of the drills. He's a hell of a D-line coach, and that's what he should be doing. But I'm not the D coordinator anymore, so after this game. So we'll see what he does.
What makes him so good on the D-line?
Well, he grew up really, he spent a lot of time as a young coach with the D-line. And then he called me one day, and Al Golden, he says, Snow, can I coach the quarterbacks? I said, what are you talking about? And so Al Golden said, you're going to be the OC and coach quarterbacks. So he went from coaching the D-line to coaching quarterbacks. How about that transition? So at Temple. So fun.
What type of motivation do you see from these players for this bowl game, and especially some of those younger guys? I know you've worked with a lot of them over the past year, just to use it as a springboard into next year too.
And guys, I don't really believe, and ladies, I don't really believe it's just the older guy or young guys. I believe that we have a lot self-esteem, we have pride. Whether it's the guys that are never going to play again, I'm telling them, this is your last game. How are you going to remember it? Guys that have a chance to play in the National Football League, all right, this is a stepping stone, right? People are going to watch this game. And then the young players, your development over the next 12, 13 practices will dictate how you go into spring football. It's a critical game for all of us. And not just players, for coaches too. Guys, how we play on the field is a direct reflection of who's coaching them. I've always believed that. So it's our job to get them to play a certain way.
Coach Rule mentioned you talked with Coach Orich for about an hour on that Saturday. What stood out about him as he comes into this job?
Well, a lot of good things. Number one, you can tell he's real bright, okay? Really competitive. He's an ex-linebacker, right? So you could tell he's got a competitive edge. And then I was impressed at his knowledge of all three positions, the front, the linebackers, and obviously he played linebacker, and the secondary, but really knowledgeable. And I think he has a real good way with people. If you talk to the people around here when he first came in the building, guys, he didn't know anybody. Nobody. and he was really personable and easy to talk to, but you could tell he's got toughness to him, right? So I think he's got a lot of great qualities, and he's got a lot of energy, being the age he is, right? So I think it's a great hire by Coach Rule.
Has he had involvement on the practice field, or what's his involvement been?
Oh yeah. So guys, the defensive staff room right now, we don't have enough chairs. We got all kinds of people in there coaching, but I've told all the new coaches, I said, guys, you guys are coming in here to coach. We don't have egos when I'm the defense coordinator. What we have is, what is the end product? And if we're not all on the same page, it's not going to be good. So we've involved everybody that's in the room, and he's been been involved. He'll ask. He'll say, "Well, I've done it this way," and it's going to be his way here pretty soon, right? So we're trying to incorporate as many things as we can that he will continue to teach.
Is he here every day?
Yes, he is. Yes.
You get ready for a bowl opponent like Utah. At what point do you really dive into them with the guys, or is that a little bit down the road still? Are these like development?
Yeah, well, we're some of the things we're doing are approaching the University of Utah, but what we're trying to do right now is technically get better. How hard we play, how physical we play, and learning the system. So, and we still have some young players that have not taken that as seriously as they should, and so that's my job. I got to get them more involved, and we're doing that, and it's been fun.
What's your early read though on that challenge you have against Utah?
Oh, guys, okay. So the quarterback position is rushed for 1,200 yards. That's just the 1 and 2. Okay. The tailback position is rushed for 1,500 yards. That's 1 and 2, the tailback. So there's other yards out there that they have. The quarterback has thrown, the starting quarterback, for over 2,000. Okay? 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's pretty good offense, wouldn't you say? Yeah. They've been over 400 yards 6 times this year on offense. Okay? They've scored in the 40s over 600 times. Okay, so this is a really quality group, and they're well coached, got a really good scheme, really a good scheme. Involve a lot of people. Now they don't really run a lot, but they disguise it by running a lot of different formations. But they're physical, offensive line's physical. This is a good group, well coached, and the head coach there, I knew his dad, and his dad played for the Raiders. Was just really a hell of a man. I don't know Kyle as well, but I know he was raised by his old man, and that team has been physical every year. So you're playing a physical outfit. That's just how they play football.
You seem pretty excited to be taking this on for the bowl season. Is jumping back into the defensive coordinator or jumping into another defensive coordinator job something you think about?
No. So guys, what I've done is I said, okay, I told my wife I got 28 days to act like I used to. Right? And then I'll go back to being an old man. So
Hey, when you look at Utah, are they similar to any teams you've played?
No.
Like, so in the Big Ten, there's no comp to Utah when
No.
you look at how they
the
play.
quarterback position changes the whole game. So guys, if they run the tailback, we can have one more in the box than they can block. But when the quarterback's carrying the football, now it's one-on-one across the board. And the quarterbacks, the two quarterbacks are exceptional runners. Watch them. They're physical, they're athletic, and they like to play football. So this offense is a handful. And it's been for everybody that they've played. There's only really Texas Tech did a nice job against them. And then, who else? Was it? There was another team that did a nice job against them. But, yeah, well, BYU, not really. They gave up 201 yards rushing. That score could have been completely different. The guys, they've rushed for over 200 yards in 9 or 10 of the 12 games. Normally, if you do that, you're going to win a lot of games, right? So, but they've really done a nice job with what they're doing.
Anything else, Coach?
Back to these 28 days, just what has this been like for you, getting back into it?
Oh, it's fun. When I've been brought here just to help with certain things, right? And I voice my opinion when I can, but there's different ways of doing things, right? In your profession there is, and so in ours too, right? So I had a role. So now with my role now, I can get more involved with everybody, right? And so it's fun for me. But guys, this is the 48th year. So, you know, you got to put an old horse to pasture at some point, right? So, but I'm enjoying the heck out of it right now with the guys. And I know them now, right? So it's been fun. It's been fun.
Do you see heading back into that pasture anytime soon?
No. No. You know, I want to come back and help again next year. And then whatever Rob needs me to do, I'll do. And then whatever Coach Rule needs me to do, I'll do. So, but I'd like to do it one more year.
I think you spent some time coaching the younger DBs this season. What have you learned about that group, specifically like the Caleb Bennings of the team and kids like that?
Yeah, I think they're making good progress. There's a couple of them, though, that have kind of lost their way with, you know, what happens to young players, if they don't feel they're in the mix, they kind of drop off, right? And really, until I took over the safeties in practice, I had those young guys. I was meeting with them every day, so I didn't let that happen. But that's kind of fallen off a little bit. But now I'm more involved with them and getting them involved because they're practicing again, right? So, but that's just the nature of our business. The young players, if they're not playing, they just fall off a little bit. And you hope that doesn't happen, but it does. So we're getting them back in the fold. And guys, I've had players that I thought would never play as a freshman and play 4 or 5 years in the National Football League. So we don't quit on anybody. It depends on what they're made out of and how hard they want to work and what type of talent they have. So we're going to continue to work with all of them and go from there.
Bill, given your experience, what was your diagnosis of what happened defensively in those final 2 games of the regular season?
You know, to be honest with you, we did not have the same energy or play with the same zest as we did the previous 10 games. And I don't want to go into all that, but we just didn't, guys. We didn't match intensity. We didn't match physicality. We made too many mistakes. And that wasn't us the first 10 games. Various reasons for that, but I'm not going to get into that. But really, and both, I'm not taking anything away from the opponent, but I don't think we were at our standard when we played both of them. All right, thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Yep.
Williams, just with the change now moving forward to like a 4-man front, I mean, how much better could that maybe fit you as a player and some of your skill set in the defense long term?
So I say make me probably a little more comfortable, being on the edge, setting edges, going against, tackles, and then just transitioning, when it's high hat pass. But I think it'll be a good thing for us.
What's your first impression of Coach Orich being around and just what you thought of him so far?
I like him. He seemed like, real football guy, got good energy, seemed real detailed. But, it's only been a couple of days, so I'm still trying to, get a better feel for him. But, yeah.
What's it been like having Coach Snow lead the defense for the Bowl?
Man, it's been nice. Snow probably probably my favorite coach on the staff. But, yeah, he a detailed guy. He likes real good teacher. So, the way he teaches makes it very easy to understand. So, yeah.
Why is he one of your favorites?
Probably he just got the energy that he has and all the wisdom that he has. So I can ask him anything, he's gonna be 100% honest with you every time. So yeah.
Who's working with you right now as far as your position coach for the bowl game?
Coach Eck and Coach Ira.
What's that like with Eckler coming over now to help you guys as he bring a little bit different level of energy?
Yeah, totally different level of energy. You know, I feel like it's very hard to match X energy, but yeah, he's getting us to play harder, play more physical, how they want us to, and just get the job done. Really focusing on how hard we're playing and physicality.
Hey, Williams, from your point of view, what do you think went wrong those last two games against Penn State and Iowa?
I could say, probably think late in the season, it's kind of hard to guys kind of getting a lull a little bit, like get just a little, I guess, relaxed, I guess. And, when things like that happen and everybody's probably not playing together, those are the results we get. So, yeah.
What's the challenge with Utah? What have you seen? What are you guys going to have to do to neutralize them?
First off, we're going to have to stop the run. We're going to have to play very good up front. They got a pretty good front O-line, and really just play harder than them for 60 minutes. I think that's what it's going to take.
You see this bowl game and these practices as sort of a springboard into 26. Is that how you look at it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's a great opportunity to get better. Work on your craft, and yeah.
Other questions for Will?
Personally, just like with your own game, how would you sum it up? I mean, you played a lot of snaps this year.
Yeah.
Most you played, of course, and how you think it went and what you're sort of thinking about moving forward with what you put out there.
I'd say it was, I made progress, so, that's always good, but there's definitely many areas on the field that I need to improve on, and with me playing now, I can, see and know exactly what those things are. So, yeah, I'm going to attack those this offseason, and I'm going to come back much better.
Defensive line room just coming together in the face of a position coaching change.
I'd say, it kind of, we all kind of feel a little uncertain, with all the changes. So it's kind of bringing us closer, talking, just, communicating on really just trying to come together as one, as players, as staff, and they figure that out. So, yeah.
Have you had any conversations with the new DC, Coach Orich, and what he's kind of visioning for you next season?
No, I haven't had any too deep talks into that. Nah, not as of right now. No.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate you guys.
What's it been like having Coach Snow oversee the defense for the whole game?
It's been good. Like he's going to be loud and he's getting on everybody for every little thing, which is good because we're going to need to be stout for Utah. So.
For you a year ago, how big was bowl month? And you talk to some of the other guys that are younger, like you say, hey, a year ago this was my big break was the bowl game.
Yeah, and I've told a couple of the younger corners. I was playing both safety and corner during the bowl prep, just getting a whole bunch of reps, and yeah, that's definitely where I made my little jump. And then obviously when I got put in the bowl game, it showed.
Coach Martin and his staff, when I talk to them, always speak very highly of you. How do you feel about how they like high school at North prepared you for Nebraska football?
Definitely a lot, and kind of Coach Martin's kind of like Coach Snow. Like they're like they'll be laid back, but then they'll get on you. Like, and I just feel like he kind of built a mindset. Me and Tyson. Like once Tyson comes up, he's gonna be a dog too. But like yeah, Coach Martin, he installed it, and I just had to come out here and do it in practice, and knew I would eventually get a shot in the game.
What are your early impressions of Coach Orich and what that maybe could mean for the secondary into next year?
Yeah, Coach Orich is a great coach. Coach Marsh, and Marsh told us like that we can trust him, and just him at meetings and practice, it's been good. He's been giving everybody little advice, people making plays. He's getting after it, energy too. So love that.
How valuable is it just having Andrew's opinion, someone to lean on who's played, for him before?
Yeah, that's really important because it's like obviously we've had a couple new coaching changes, and he's been with them, so like we'll listen to his word. He's a starter out there too, so yeah.
How important is it to you to have Addison Williams back?
Very important. Like he's a great coach, and he's installed me to be a great corner, like, and just keep getting better every single day, because I know I need a lot to improve from. But
How do you assess those last two games?
like I just think we were just getting beat like physically, and that's just not how we can be at Nebraska. Like we need to be the one beating on people. We need to be the most violent team in the country. So we didn't do that those last two games, and it showed.
What do you know about Utah? Just when you look at this matchup, the challenge they bring. Coach Snow said they're different, really, than any team he played all year in the Big Ten.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're gonna come in and do a different playing style. It's for the Big 12. Like Coach Addy coached in the Big 12, so he's told us about it. But yeah, I mean they run the ball, quarterback run, Wildcat. So we're gonna need to be stout there, and they'll still air it out and take their deep shots.
Guys, how excited are guys to go to Vegas?
Oh, definitely really excited. Like we were in New York City last year, really great place, but it was cold. So I'm guessing Vegas is going to be a little warmer. So we won't all be in winter coats and everything. So, but it'll be fun.
Haven't talked to you since Darian signed with Iowa. How was that? Just seeing your brother obviously sign to play college football, let alone Iowa.
It's really great, and I mean I hear it from my teammates all the time. Like, why did he go to Iowa? Like, how you gonna let that happen? I'm like, he's been an Iowa fan forever, and I wasn't gonna like force him to come here, or I was gonna let him make his own decision, and so eventually we'll be playing him every year. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.